Christmas. Like Christmas in March. Welcome to Frankfurt. Welcome everybody. Glad to have you here, and I think a couple of participants are still outside, so I'm happy if the lecture room will be full and crowded in a couple of minutes. Welcome to our campus. You've seen it's an amazing newly built campus. About 9 or 10 years ago, they have built it completely new, without cars and Bauhaus style. So you're going to see it outside if you want to leave into the German Frankfurt sunshine, and you will certainly enjoy it. Welcome also here on our first global Insurtech Roadshow. We have a truly international setup. I'm pretty surprised that we have so many really fantastic startups, insurance companies, investors, participants. The whole ecosystem, even coming from Nuremberg, is here. So have fun, enjoy those 2 days. When we started with the short idea of this roadshow, I would say 6-7 months ago, we didn't expect to have 4 continents on stage here. I thought we have about George. Where's George, actually? Good morning, George. Both of us thought to have maybe 10, 15 Asian startups participating here, some 15 friends from Germany joining us, and that's it, mostly like a small conference or a sit-in. Now we have participants from 4 continents, more than 200 participants all over. We are pitching for the Goethe Insurtech Award for the first time. We have tomorrow, specifically tomorrow, a lot of leading international experts talking about cyber, blockchain, regulation, etc. I will come back to this in a couple of minutes. We have roughly 30 insurance companies participating, which is also pretty surprising. I mean, we have 500 in Germany, but the 30 most important are here. We have 5 exciting panels tomorrow, and of course a couple of very interesting influencers, the most important I would say, here in the room. What would we like to do with you, which is the agenda? I hope it's fine if we just flip for a second through the agenda of today and tomorrow. The ones of you who are living, staying in the Motel 1 have already had the pleasure to see Julian in the morning, to have the bus transfer here. Julian, we will have the bus transfer tonight back again after a long dinner. So don't worry about logistics, transportation, etc. Right now we're going to start with Julian, followed by Nick Zür, which are leading the first group of startups. We have put 5 startups in a group, and we have found the most experienced German insurtech pioneers, which are too mature to pitch today. That wouldn't have made sense, but I wanted to have them here, and they wanted to be here. So Julian, Niki, Christopher Oster, Sebastian from French Insurance, and Claudia from Community Life, a special warm welcome for you. And thanks that you're doing the presentation of 5 young and powerful startups, and if you share your experience with those, coach them a little bit during the pitch, hold their hands if they're too nervous like me, then I'm extremely happy about this. You can see right behind me on the screen, which is the order of appearance for the pitch. Each pitch startup has 8 minutes, as usual, sharp, 8 sharp minutes. After this, we are pulling them from the stage, and 2 minutes for additional questions. So all over 10 minutes for a startup. We will start with CyberDirect, Near Digital, Socrates, OptiShore, and Dropin. And then in the second group, Digital Fineprint, Inverse, NEC, Insured HQ, and Schumile. After this, you can relax, have a certain lunch break. We will have some interviews up there, and then we will re-meet at 2 o'clock. So you see the agenda, it's pretty easy to understand. At 5:30 we will have a very interesting thing. It will be George on stage talking about Singapore, and we will have the ambassador of the Republic of Singapore here, also talking about the Singapore relation to startups, the initiatives, and what they really want to do. And after this, you're done, and we will force you to enjoy some Frankfurt apple wine, maybe some beer, maybe some water, but mostly apple wine in our eating place, university eating place, just across the square in the courtyard outside. And then we will have the networking dinner, which is what really the name says, connect. Just start to know each other and enjoy. That's the program for today. The one for tomorrow, I will just briefly go through because tomorrow is tomorrow and we should focus on today. You just see that we have 6 panels put together with really fantastic experts. A couple of them are coming tomorrow. Half of them are here already. We're talking about cyber in the morning since we had a little attack on the German Foreign Ministry discovered, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's very interesting. I don't know if we have any Russians here who are cordially invited to that panel to share their experience. Then we have the blockchain panel, which is of course also very interesting, looking if we can move from the research situation in blockchain to an operational modus. Which is the decisive next step in my eyes. We have panel number 3, which is an impossible thing. Digital or digitization of industrial lines insurance. Those two things don't fit together. This line of business, industrial insurance, is not at all digital, and the question for us is it possible to make it digital someday? Starting a startup, which techniques do you use as a startup? Which offers are there? Which trends are in the market? Panel number 4, very interesting. Then we have a couple of representatives from IOPA, the European Insurance Supervisory Board, and the German BaFin here to share their views on regulation. Shall we ease regulation for insurance companies, for startups? To make it more attractive to found startups, more attractive to found digital insurance companies. And then at 2 o'clock, a very fascinating thing. Torsten, you will talk to a couple of attractive guys about can insurance go banking? Which is the linkage between those 2 big blocks, banks on one side, insurance on the other side. Sometimes they are competing, sometimes they are sharing techniques, but you will interview 3 of those Insurtech founders and drivers who really made deals with banks and really went to cope with banks, and this is going to be very interesting. And then we finally will close up the day tomorrow with Panel 6, Digital Investments. Nicole Schepanek will interview a very fascinating group of people about how to invest in Insurtechs, why to invest, and which are the different ways and strategies to do it. I mean, all of you are, or many of you are thinking about investments in Insurtechs. Some are living with this. And if I'm an insurance company, they have different options and possibilities, from I won't do anything until to I will found an Insurtech, I will buy one, I will make up a fund. So this is going to be the topic for the last panel for tomorrow. I've just mentioned the startups. I won't present them all right now, simply because you will see them in the pictures. But just allow me 2 words about them. You have very attractive topics here. You have cyber, which is at the moment the word. You have DNA analytics. I won't jump on every startup. With Prenetics, you have health-driven startups, a lot of one. You have long and far away coming startups like Wellington. Where's Wellington? Hi, welcome. And where's Pauline? Just above Auckland. So they have come a long, long, long way to be here with their startups. I think 26 hours away from New Zealand coming over. It's like Emilio, halfway Emilio coming from San Diego. Just to stay here, to be here. We have actually from Russia a startup here. So it's very, very international. You have a lot of trends, a lot of topics, and you have a lot of nationalities down here on that screen. Even some British startups. Welcome, as long as you're still in the European Union and can come over easily. You're always welcome. There's something which is very important to me, besides this little remarks. We are non-commercial, and you have so many fantastic Insurtech conferences like DIA, NOAA, EXEC, of course, most of all. But we are non-commercial, a small one, and we are so happy to have some sponsors. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible to arrange all this, to prepare your coffee, to prepare the lunch and all the important things for today. So a special thank you, and I would like to briefly show who are the responsible guys. First of all, Commerzbank and Thorsten. The decision-making process was about 2 hours, until asking if you could consider to sponsor us a little bit. And that was just for such a huge bank with all the structures and all the complexity you have, just amazing. And I'm still totally smashed by this quick decision, and it's fantastic to have you aboard as a sponsor. So welcome you and all your guests from Commerzbank. The same with TIA. I don't know where the Danish corner is. Carsten, welcome you and all your colleagues here. TIA is maybe the most driving and most modern software company, not only in Denmark but in Europe. So forget about all the other competitors. TIA is the company to be. Thanks also for supporting us, and I think you guys have a stand up there. So if you want to see a live demo of TIA, everybody is welcome and will enjoy it. I promise you, it's very fascinating. Thank you, Carsten. Advice is a very interesting small consulting company, a small boutique, you would say, specialized on senior advice, so they don't have 5,000 young consultants. I love young consultants, and they are very powerful and dynamic, but advice is different. I think they are about 50 people in Germany now, and they are strongly senior, so they are really focusing on different industries, also on insurance now, banking strong, and automotive very strong, and they have also decided to be here to sponsor us. Just have a look here, who's here from advice? Lucas and Benedict, very warm welcome. I think Burkhard and Mark will join us during the day, so thanks so much for sponsoring, and whoever wants to know what really senior consulting is and the specific approach in digital, talk to Lucas and Benedict. Thank you. No, we don't have the minister in person here, but we are very glad to be sponsored officially by the regional entity, our Land Hessen, and to have a patronage by the state, which is very important for us, because the topic digital can't be done and can't be pushed forward by just one company. So we need the whole ecosystem. We need the country, we need the city here in Frankfurt, We need insurance companies who are located close to Frankfurt, and this is kind of the start of a huge initiative, pushed and powered by the country, by the city, and I think you will hear, and of course by the university, the Goethe University, and you will certainly hear some more about this initiative during this year. Basler is a home run for them. Basler is, I would say, located some 10 kilometers from here, and they have also had, Thomas, an extremely quick decision-making process. I've talked to Jörg Schildknecht, I think, or I sent him an email on Saturday morning, and at lunchtime Saturday he said, yes, we're going to do it, we will be here as a sponsor. Basler is so active in so many things, not only in the cyber or in the blockchain topic, also of course in the digital topic. We have Lukas here from Friday, who's part of the jury. Friday is your first real Insurtech, and I know that there are a couple of other initiatives behind the curtain already being prepared. So whoever wants to talk to the Basler Insurance Group, who are represented here very attractively and prominent, they are sitting here, and the whole board, almost the whole board, and the communication, the speaker is here, and the main influencer of Basler, Karl-Heinz. So welcome here and thank you for your sponsoring. Another much smaller Swiss insurance group is also one of our sponsors. So Swiss Re, I think you're dominating the backyard of the room. Florian, where are you guys? So thank you very much. Swiss Re has also been one of the very early stage sponsors for us. We are honored to have you here, the most important reinsurance company in the world, we have to say it here, honestly. Led by Frank Reichelt, the German hat here, so whoever has any questions concerning his reinsurance structure and you want to shift it from any other unimportant reinsurance company to Swiss Re, Frank is here. Frank, I don't know if you want to talk about Japanese investors being around in Europe. Maybe this is not the topic, more the reinsurance portfolio restructuring. And Florian, you have been such a good partner here for us, and helping us with panels and getting good guests here. Thanks so much, Swiss Re. If you're not from Germany, I don't know if you know what Heuken Kühn Lühr Wojtek is, and I would like you to pronounce this name now. Okay, Heuken Lühr, Tom, where are you? Let's see. Heuken Kühn Lühr Wojtek is one of the most important German law firms, specialized on digital, specialized also in cyber. So Tom we got the same hairdresser, by the way. Tom is sitting up there and is with his colleagues representing Heuken Kühn Lühr Wojtek. And if you're not sure about your legal advice, if you need professional support and quick support and in-depth support, talk to Tom. He's around, and his colleague Britta and a couple of other ones will be around today and tomorrow as well. And I will connect you immediately. And having legal advice here on this stage was also very important for us. So Tom, thanks a lot. The youngest baby couple of month ago, still with another in the old economy, one of the most well-known bloggers. Timo, thank you very much for joining, not only joining Comparing, but joining us as a sponsor here, for bringing us Neo Digital as a very fascinating startup. We will see in a couple of minutes here on stage. I'm very curious about this, and thanks so much for sharing your investment expertise with us and for being here as a sponsor. Very warm welcome, Timo Dreger. And last not least, Aon. This fantastic magic, 3 letters, red on white. They are sitting, by the way, in the same building as we had our press reception yesterday, in the Pollux building. Jürgen is an old friend and colleague, first colleague, then friend, and he has always pushed forward this the broker, and they are the broker. I would say the only significant international broker, not only dealing with industrial lines, but also focusing on risk solutions, on risk management, and of course focusing on digital developments. So if your portfolio needs a certain restructuring, expertise and broker push, Jürgen and his Aon team is here, and then you have also a stand up there in the lobby, so if you wanted to have a quiet talk, meet there at the stand. Last but not least, I'm almost done with the honors and thanks. No such roadshow is possible without the support of journalists, of the media. We needed to make certain publicity for our show. You needed to transport your messages. If you don't have any newsletter, any print magazine, any journalist who's caught by your idea, you won't get customers. And you won't get the promotion you need to push your ideas forward. So it was very important for us to have some significant media partners and, of course, additional journalists. We have, additionally to these media partners, journalists from Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, Wirtschaftswoche, Handelsblatt. The German guys know that those are really significant newspapers. We had them yesterday already during the press evening. We had a reverse pitch for those who haven't been there yesterday. So we had the journalists pitching on stage, presenting themselves, and the startups watching, which was very nice and very interesting, just to turn it around the usual game. And I think all of you liked it. We have from the Baloise and Kasko here, the first real media partner. We had Franz. Franz, where are you? Franz Kong. If you didn't meet him, right in the corner up there, Franz Kong from the Baloise and Kasko. Thanks so much, Franz, for pushing forward. You have a stand up there, so whoever is interested in the Baloise and Kasko and what the whole company is doing, please talk to them, and Franz knows the ecosystem extremely well, and if you want to know his vision and want to present yourself, just talk to Franz. Then we have Anke. Anke is also at the end. I think this is the press corner up there, as far as I can see it. Anke is from the DUB magazine, the Deutsche Unternehmerbörse magazine. Anke, I think you have had some 10, 12 short-term interviews yesterday evening already. And I've seen you as very curious, very interested. So if you want to have a talk to Anke, she's sitting up there at the end. Then we have, of course, Christina. Where's Christina? Also in the media, almost in the media corner. Christina, welcome here. Christina is representing 2 newspapers today, or 2 newsletters, even better to say. One, of course, is Finletter. Finletter is also a media partner, an old friend of the company, I could say. They're sitting in Hamburg, and they're very keen in the fintech and Insurtech area, and very well informed in the background. And of course, Deutsche Startups Day is also represented, so you have a double function today, and all of you can have 2 interviews with Christina, one for Finletter and the other one for Deutsche Startups Day. Also, thank you. I think they're not present here, Jana, Berlin Valley and CEDO, but they have also done a lot of reporting about us and commenting about us. So we are very happy about all of them. Thank you. Oh, I forgot one. Digital scouting, which is actually not so important. There's one guy, he isn't even good looking, not good dressed, but all of you know him. Robin, come on, warm welcome. I'm so nervous and I'm totally happy to have Robin here. Robin is one of the influencers in the German, I don't know, not in the worldwide digital ecosystem, and has, like I do, a little history, old economy history, and then he said, no way, I gotta get a new life, and I gotta enter new things. Robin, how long is your life lasting in this new era, in this new digital environment?
Well, considering the opportunities that are there, I hope very long, because I think the future is just ahead of us, and I always say the internet has not even happened yet. So yeah, I think a very long time, and I hope to see you guys for a long, long time there too.
You're so much around. Every time I try to call you, you're in Dubai, you're in Las Vegas, in Singapore. Where's your hometown, and where do you feel at home?
Well, I'm deeply in love with Hamburg, but I don't want to talk about soccer at this conference, by the way. So, thank you very much.
Okay. What are you offering? You told me, Moritz, if you call me blogger, this is completely wrong. I don't blog at all, but everybody can read every day interesting, fascinating news about you. You're investigating about young startups. You're fighting with the old economy board members, as I've heard sometimes, about their digital approach.
So maybe what is the idea of digital scouting? It's the idea to provide market insights and to actually provide platform to thought leaders, entrepreneurs, maybe Daniel Schreiber of Lemonade or Telo Carbone, or actually also masterminds in Germany, for example, like you did, and you contributed already to my platform too. And it has been quite a ride, I have to say. We have a monthly reach now from up to 17 million, and I think this is only possible because so many people in this room share actually the stuff we're doing and retweeting and commenting. So it's my pleasure to also say thank you to you all too. Without you, that would surely not be possible.
One last question before I hand you over the micro and the command. Digital scouting. What is digital scouting?
Well, digital scouting tries to be the platform to provide people that know the topics very better than I do, that they can share their thoughts and also provocate a little bit and just speak out the elephant in the room that our industry surely has.
Robin, so I think I leave you on stage, and you know how the rest works.
Yeah.
I'm going out for breakfast or coffee. And
you think we let you just go now?
Yes, of course. I mean, he's the main moderator now. This is the idea behind it, so I can really relax and look after the curtains, and he will do the work. But
we discussed this in a meeting we were not attending earlier this morning. We had a lot of questions also for you, because my question that arose also to the feedback you gave on digital scouting was, tell us a little bit more. Why did you actually, with your vast experience in the insurance world, especially in the boardrooms as a member there, what made you go to use the academia as a platform and then, join the wild startup world?
Oh, that was just not intended, to be honest. I was in the old economy, as you know. I worked with Helvetia and with Maxa Corporate Solutions, and I quit for different reasons, and at that moment I think Christian, where's Christian by the way? Christian, the head of the Goethe Business School, the man behind everything, which you see on the Goethe Business School program side. Christian just asked if I would know anybody to run the insurance practice of the Goethe Business School. And that was actually the beginning. And if you're starting to run a business school, the insurance part of a business school, that's extremely hard because there are so many really fantastic business schools in Central Europe. In Germany, everybody knows Fred Wagner was doing a fantastic job, and a couple of his colleagues in Germany. Everybody knows St. Gallen. Wow, incredible. I know those guys, I like them. How can you even get closer to them with your business school? I mean, what does a business school? A business school sells knowledge in different packages. Trainings, seminars, conferences, MBA programs. And then we simply started to develop this in an area which is at the moment in everybody's mouth and mind, which is digital. So I didn't start about underwriting, I didn't start about claims management, to do conferences and seminars. We simply started to do trainings, to offer trainings in the digital area. I've talked to most of the German startups, from Claudia to Julian. I'm happy to have most of those guys as moderators and trainers here.
Also a little bit behind the scenes, I heard.
Yeah, they are important, not I am. I'm just arranging a little bit. But this is interesting to bring people together to know which insurance company is looking for an Insurtech to participate, who needs digital help, who's looking for an employee to help them. I mean, this is also a fascinating part of the game.
Well, one more question. You already mentioned your co-conspirator, George Kesselman, who made this also all here possible. Maybe what is your main idea? Why are we actually here?
I think if you consider today's conferences, you have two things which you don't meet. One is a familiar atmosphere, and if you look around here, if you see the evening yesterday, if you see our setting in the floor above, this is familiar, and it shall be familiar, and you shall connect, you shall have the chance to talk to each other and to build up relationships which might be difficult at a much larger, much more professional conference. This is one thing. And then George and I had, when we were sitting here in the lobby down there, sharing some wonderful green sauce from Frankfurt. George told me about his Asian Insurtech Roadshow, having 25 Insurtechs passing from one state to the other, I think 5 or 6 states in a row in a week. And that was so fascinating. And I said, George, we should try to do it here as well. And the result is that we have so many international Insurtechs here trying to get on the German market. I mean, we will hear them in a few minutes, and their interests, seeking money on one side, trying to get customers and an entry on the German market or Central European market on the other side. And that was basically the idea behind to create a platform for this.
Cool. Yeah, that's you too. For a few who don't know you yet. I have one more question about you. Here's a Go to Business School. Do you want to share just a few things about that? I mean, you said already some things. Do you want to add something?
Well, I mean, we're here to have the pitches. First of all, maybe just one word. The business school is focusing on banking, is focusing on China, has been focusing on leadership programs. We have a lot of customers in the pharma area. We have the German Football Association as a customer today. So we are really behind the curtain, very, very active and highly professional. And now, since about 2 years, we have this insurance practice with a digital focus. We are sitting in the House of Finance, which you can see on the screen behind us, and on the other side of the building outside. So also a very attractive setting here. And then we are simply offering what I've just mentioned, a couple of...
Considering what you offer, maybe one more thing, you are offering all these services which are not quite what at least I would associate with my time at university, especially also for executives. One thing is new, I think, the portfolio restructuring. Are you aiming at companies or customer bases? What are you doing there?
Well, actually, thanks, Robin. Two things are pretty new. We're offering the digital trainings, of course, for board members, for employees, etc. So understanding the digital landscape in 8 hours for a couple of board members is not easy, as you can imagine. the board members among you know exactly that this is a real challenge to understand in 8 hours what is happening in the digital world and to open the minds for this. I always ask them a question, how would they invest 5 million euros at the beginning of the training and at the end, Thorsten, and the answer is always different. So for us it's very interesting. Then, after those trainings, we have a very interesting development in the last 6 months, consulting. We have had so many, without even having planned it, so many insurance companies, specifically smaller and medium-sized insurance companies, were asking us for consults, saying we don't need at the moment McKinsey or Boston, we need some senior advice of people who know the old economy and who can tell us what is important for us in the digital area. Do we have really, as a small insurance company, do we really need a lab in the Silicon Valley? Or what is important? And of course, the important thing is not this. The important thing is to look at your value chain and the developments over there. And that's the point where we are really helping as a consultant. And then suddenly the portfolio restructuring question arose, and people came out and said we really have to improve our non-life results because low interest rates, additional interest for life portfolios, and we need money from the non-life portfolio. This is what we and I have done all my life, restructuring portfolios very intensively. And so we have built a model, and now we are offering all this. Not offering, we're asked to do it. It's very fascinating. It doesn't have to do anything with digital, by the way, but it's still fascinating.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I don't want to keep you from your coffee any longer. Yeah, let's go to the jurors. So why are we here, or especially the startups here? There will be the Goethe Insurtech Award. There will be 3 prizes. But what is a prize without a jury? I would like to introduce you to them. First, Carlo Begersdorf, he's a doctor of Philosophische Leben. Maybe you want to say hi.
Hey.
Then we have Lucas from Friday, also very exciting company. Say hi. Then Mark from the incumbent Zurich. And Julian from Wilfox. And last but not least, Sebastian from Friend Insurance, also say. Maybe one only organizational.